Teacher's log. Kinder adventures. Boy, these kids never cease to amaze me. So we were coming back from specials the other day, and I couldn't figure it out because immediately when we came into the classroom, they're all supposed to go to the carpet. About 8 of them rush over to their water bottles, and you know how kids overdo it sometimes when they're drinking water. They're like, go, like just overdoing it. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're so thirsty. I was like, you just came back from music and you guys were watching a movie. Sit down. Sit down. Don't none of you guys need no water right now. There is nothing that happened between there and this classroom that you guys are out of breath. You did not burn a whole bunch of calories. There was not Pilates. There was no power walking today. You know, just, oh, goodness. And then we're sitting there, later on, we're heading down the hallway. I always tell the kids, eyes forward, walk in a straight line, walk right behind the person in front of you, etc., etc., okay? So we're sitting there, we're walking, and, and I'm looking, making sure everybody in line is doing what they're supposed to be doing and whatnot. You got the pitter-patter of 1,000 little feet. And one of my kids decides he wants to be nosy and be looking at, there were some kids, doing a little reading group or whatever, and so he's just staring and staring and staring. Now, at this point, I had to make a decision. Do I correct him or do I let him correct himself? And I thought, I'm going to let him correct himself. And turns out that was the best decision I could have made because I kid you not, about 3 seconds after I was like, no, I'm not going to say anything. Whack! Kid walks right into a door. Right into a door. Okay? Now, he's sitting there. He's seeing, blue diamonds, yellow horseshoes, green clovers, and all the Lucky Charms, including some shapes, which is fine because we're working on shapes anyway. So, that means obviously the information's in there. It would just happen to come out at that point and it's circling around his head. And he had this look on his face, almost like, where'd that door come out of? At this point, I'm damn near pissing my pants. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, I'm trying not to laugh because I have to be setting an example for the rest of the kids. But that's one of those times when, like, you're laughing so hard. Luckily, I had the mask, but you could see the tears flowing from my eyes. I mean, it's just whatever. But so yeah, I told him. I said, that's why I tell you to walk in line. Do you understand? He was like. And I was like, no, don't you cry because you walked into the door. The door was already there. Yeah. Then what I would ask for a lot of you parents is, I know it's your baby, might be your first baby, your last baby, whatever it is, okay? But I really would ask that when you're about to send your kid to kindergarten, you start working on a little bit of them having some self-independence, not being so dependent on the adult in the home to do everything for them. Why? I'll give you an example. So in the end of the day, kids have the work that they worked on and I send it home because otherwise it's going to pile up. So I was like, hey, you guys, get your stuff, blah, blah, blah. One of the kids is over here. I don't know what he was doing. I think he was, it's quite possible that he went back in time. I don't know. Maybe he was riding on the Reading Rainbow. Maybe Miss Frizzle came and picked him up. I don't know. But he was mentally not there. So he didn't hear a word I said. And then finally I was like, hey, so-and-so, get your papers, get your green folder so you can put it in your folder in your backpack and get ready to go. This dude walks over, grabs his green folder, comes back and does this. Looking right at me like, here you go. And I'm like, pause. Okay, let me talk to you real quick. Let me holler at you. Come here, player. So I was like, do I look like your mama? Right? This dude, I kid you not, went like this because he had his mask on. He went like this. He goes, as if he was trying to figure out how to answer that question. First of all, no, I'm not your mama. I don't even know how you have to think about that. And he was like, eventually he was like, and I was like, okay, so take your own papers, put it in your own folder, take your own folder, put it in your own backpack, take your own backpack, put it in your own back, then take your own back and put it back in your chair. I think that was one too many directions because he looked so confused. But anyway, he figured it out. And I was like, man, I ain't your mama, boy. I mean, come on now. We don't do that here. You can do this on your own. And yeah, that worked out. Then I had a time. Now I had to try to figure out this girl was, I realized she wasn't because they're five. But she was like, Mr. E, why are you so goofy? I don't know. I did something funny. I don't know. And I was like, because I have 16 goofy kids. Kid you not, this girl got up, walked right over, poked me in the stomach, looking right at my stomach and said, I didn't know you had kids. Now, at this point, I'm sitting here thinking, is she just like doing that? But she's not even making eye contact with me. So is she thinking that I actually had kids? Like actually gave birth to kids? I'm so confused. I didn't know whether to be offended. I don't think, I mean, I wasn't offended, but it sure felt like I could have been. And I'm like, no, thanks. I don't. Go sit down. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. So I just kind of let it be. Strangest thing ever. Anyway, that's how things are going. So with that, I will end transmission.